So I'd like to welcome all of you, and we'll get started with the demo now. I'm going to pin this screen here. And I think you all can hear me. And here we go. So tell me if you can hear me fine from here.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So this here is a really old painting, and I love red-winged blackbirds. I grew up with them. I just love the way they trill. And I've always kind of felt I was sort of silly for, I guess I could, I'll come do this way. I'll talk for a second. Okay. So I love red-winged blackbirds, and I grew up listening to them as a kid. I went on a field trip with the Birdman of Half Moon Bay, Alvaro Armillo, and he loves blackbirds. And I thought, well, I guess I'm not so silly to love blackbirds. And he took a beautiful picture of one with its epaulets out, both of them. It was slowing itself down with them. And I've seen them with some friends, have been noticing them. And then on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Facebook, it's Blackout Tuesday. I really didn't know what that meant, but I thought, I think I'll paint a blackbird. That's how I wanted to handle it. So I painted this one a long time ago. Now I'll go back over there. I'll pin this one here. Wherever I went. There I am. Pin you. And I'm going to let Nina into the waiting room. Okay, Nina's joining us. Welcome, Nina. All right, I'm going to keep going now. So this had hung in my room for a long time, and then I got rid of it. I love how the cattail right here went poof in the wet water, in the wet. And I like his little beak. I like that there's a little shoulder on there. But I never really liked the rest of this, but it hung in my room for a really long time. This here is the painting that I did just yesterday. And there it is. With just I started with the raw sienna because this one had the orange in it, and I thought I was going to go that direction, and then I just didn't. So it's just kind of a go with how I felt. I have that PBO bird in there, so that's going to be very strong. So that was the painting I did yesterday, but I do like how just adding a little water right here made it kind of look like those fluffy cattails. So this was the picture that I ended up with. I sent this in the email, and then I had a second picture which I shrunk a little bit so that the feet would fit, and then I traced that using non-soluble paper, non-soluble graphite paper. And then I used PBO. I did not do the little wing here with the dark line. I just put that little shoulder patch, not wing, shoulder patch right there with the PBO. And I want to show what the PBO is because I have a friend who asked what it was. And so this is what it is. I call it PBO, but really what it is, it's drawing gum by the company PBO. And this PBO used to make, this company used to make white paint, which was lead oxide. And the chemical formula for lead oxide is big P, little b, O, PBO. So anyway, that's what this is. Put some of it in here, and I have dilute shampoo here. When I use this, so I know everybody on the video right now knows all of this, but a couple people I think are going to watch who don't know this, so I need to repeat for them. So I take my brush and I put it in the dilute shampoo, and rub it out like this with my fingers. And then I can use the PDO.
Mary Kay, I don't see you.
Who just said that?
Vicky.
Who?
I see you on this camera, but I don't see you.
You need to go up to the top and there's some blue arrows.
Uh-huh.
Click on those blue arrows. And then you're gonna find the big paper.
Oh, okay.
And then click on that. Pin that. There's 3 dots. Bring it down. It says pin this video.
It doesn't say that.
Do you,
Oh, I see the 3 dots. But it's not coming down.
And Mary Kay, this is Nina. I don't even see the 3 dots.
I'll tell you what I did, because I didn't have you on there. I went to, on the left side, switch to gallery view, and then you show up there, small, and then click on it twice and it gets big.
Yeah. I got it now, but I clicked on it twice.
okay.
Right.
Nina, are you there too?
No, Mary Kay, I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't see the little gallery view symbol.
Do you see
All I have,
blue arrows
no
at the
dot.
top?
No.
Gallery view is on the left.
Depends on what
All
you're using.
I see on the left is all I see on the left is an eye with a circle around it, a shield, a green shield with a check mark, and a red flashing light with recording.
Oh, huh.
The grid. That's gallery view on mine, the circle with the squares.
Oh, okay, I'll try that.
Click on it.
I did, but now it says conference ID, host Mary Kay Jolly, participant ID. You are connected via I don't know, but go ahead with the lesson. I'll just listen.
Okay.
Not working.
Very close. I think if you just keep looking around, Nina, and pressing things in the meeting, it shows your one.
If you go back to where you see everybody's little pictures at the top, you have to hover your mouse over a certain person. And then when you see the blue dots, you have to click on the blue dots and then it'll tell you to pin the video.
What's weird about this, Penny, is I don't see the gallery
Let me try something.
or the little symbol to
You
change it to
You
gallery.
don't see the members of the class across the top of your screen?
No, for some reason, no.
She has a
I
little
don't
red
see that.
video with the video off. You've managed to turn your video off. Ask to start video.
Oh, okay.
That's Nina. Huh?
I'll start my video.
That's what you need
Okay.
to start your video.
I'm just going to start over again, Mary Kay. Maybe
Okay.
that'll work. I'll leave.
Okay. While we wait for Nina to re-enter, I'm going to say 2 things for the people who are not so familiar with watercolor. When you are erasing lines on watercolor paper, you need to use a good eraser and not the end of a pencil. The pencil will just smear it. So this is a good eraser. You can also use this as called a pickup from Anne. God bless Anne. And if you have a little PDO, that's how you get it off with the pickup. I went very carefully over those lines with the PDO, and this time I filled it all in. And it has to be dry before you start painting. Okay, where's Nina? I don't see Nina yet. Okay, so I'm gonna keep checking on her. All right, so now I'm gonna start painting. I have to rinse my brush out from the PDO right away. Here we go. I need a paper towel. I always use Viva paper towels because they're soft. They don't leave marks. Here we go. I'm gonna wet the whole paper. I'm gonna put these pictures where I can see them. With my 3/4 inch brush. I did not draw in my cattail.
Mm.
I just have the feet all stretched out. Oh, they're so, man, those birds have really long toes. There's 3 in front and there's 3 in the back, and they can curve them around just a tiny twig, and when they do that, their claws wrap all the way around so that, they're just amazing little birds. So here I go. I have raw sienna out. I'm gonna start with raw sienna today so that I can throw other things on top of it if I want to make it a little bit pink. And it has a nice feel to it, I think. Kind of boring like Nevada. Just putting this, I'm gonna put it all over, just a really light wash. One of the tricks about using raw sienna is that you have to work it on your palette really well. I put out fresh this morning, so I'm getting a lot and I'm working it quickly. There's a dry spot in my paper. So now I'm wet into wet here. So my paper was wet and my paint was wet. Right now is a good time for me to sign my name. I'm gonna sign it with my bamboo signer, at least a 1/2 inch up on all sides here. So I just push, just like it's a pencil, into the damp paper. It has to be wet or damp. Mary Kay S. Jolly with a C with a circle. And then I can go into my paint and brush over it again, and it shows right up. The paint goes into that indentation. Now what I'm going to do is mix some dark green with Antwerp blue and burnt sienna. It has to be Winsor Newton burnt sienna, or this doesn't work. I'm just going to use my big brush, and I'm going to just throw up a few. That one stopped. I gotta make it go. Oh, went right through its beak. Well, they often will make a bend like that, the willows that do this. Now, that one's sort of blurring. I'm just gonna let it be weird. I'm not gonna force it too much and worry about it. Now this is pure burnt sienna that I'm using right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put in my cattail here. See what happens if it's blurring a lot. And I want it to go right to the edge of the feet. So that's going to be my cattail. I'm going to use more. So this is my little brush. It's a number 4 round brush. Nice thick burnt sienna. Cattails are like cigars. And then they have little flick. I'm going to wait till this is a little bit drier to put the stick at the top. Now I'm going to use some sepia and put it down here at the bottom like it's the shadowing. I like how it's looking right there because it's just blending a little bit into the damp. I don't like so much that there's a green right there and a green right there, but what the heck. Now what I want to do is get it to make the fluff that these cattails make. So I have pure water here, and I think I'm going to put it right here and see what happens if it'll fluff up here. Certainly got a big old water blob. Let's see if I can dot it out. Make it look like it's fluff. Come on, fluff. Well, I don't know about that. Let's try one over here. Let's try one here. See what happens. I'm dabbing it with a clean paper towel. Because I touched the brown, and I have brown on my paper towel, I'm actually kind of really painting some brown right there too. Well, you know what? Oh, and then I touched it here, so I got a finger mark, I got a smudge. I'm just gonna add some fluff there to mess it up, see if I messed it up. All right, that's a fluffy cattail, I think. Oh, let's see, I think I can let Nina in now. Sorry, Nina, I forgot about you. Welcome, Nina, I forgot about you. Oh, there you are, yay, okay. Good, good, hi, Nina.
Thank you so much.
I got you, but I got going. So I wet it with raw sienna, or water, and then raw sienna, and then Antwerp in French. I made all the, the greens, and then I put in my cattail around the feet, and I added splotches of water to make it look like it was fluffy. I'm just gonna play with this some more because I want it to. That's raw sienna that I put into my fluff balls here. I've got them exactly the same distance apart. Put some more here so that it's, yeah. It seems a shame to work on my background so loosely when I spent all that time on the bird, but that's all right. It's just a piece of paper, and all I have is time these days, so I'll just do it again if I don't like it when it's done. So I'm just trying to make fluff. I think I'll quit trying to make fluff. I'm going to blow dry this. Okay, loud noise. Oh no! Says I need to upgrade because I got 10 minutes.
Oh, no.
Aha! I did it. Okay. Now I'm going to take off the PDO. dry off mine. So this is called a pickup. This works really well. You can use your fingers or a piece of tape. Pulling the PDO has made the lines almost disappear, but they're still there. So I can still see my marks. And I didn't smear it because it was dry. What I'm going to do now is get my brush off the floor. There it is. I'm going to make my shoulder pads, shoulder, what do they call those? I'm going to use Hansa Yellow, Medium, and Permanent Rose. Now, all the pictures I ever see of red-winged blackbirds always show like a little yellow at the bottom of them. But honestly, when I'm out looking at red-winged blackbirds, I never see that little bit of yellow at the bottom of these. So I'm kind of hesitant to even put it in. They have a very beautiful yellowy orange color though, that red. And I'm finding I am getting it that color best with Permanent Rose and Hansa Yellow. I might just put the tiniest bit of yellow down there just because all the pictures show it, even though I never see it. That's about how I see it, I guess. And then the other side, I'm just gonna put just a little bit right here. Soften it with my brush so that it's sort of behind more in my eyes, not just going to that one spot. Then my black is going to be indigo and sepia and French. What I'm going to start with is very dilute. I touch my paper towel, very dilute, and I'm going to put in the beak and the feet to start with. And I can darken this later, but this will be a nice highlight. I don't know why the one I did yesterday kind of looked like it was happy, like it was almost smiling. I kind of got the same feel there. I'm also going to put this around the eye. That'll be the highlight. I did leave a little white spot, and here's the feet, which I think are much better now than yesterday's. Really long toenails. And they have little lines across. We can put those in later. I think that's better already. Now I just go in with a real dark, and I want it to look feathery. I want some highlights. I want this to be sort of fluffy. Just went over that. So, I'm sorry, I'm going to tilt it a little bit so I can get in there better. Now here, on these kinds of feathers here, if you leave little light white areas, it'll look like the light's catching them on those tail feathers. So that's a trick, is just to be able to leave a little white there. Same thing on these guys up here. So I'll leave a little light there. Concentrating on this. Going around my little red shoulder patch. That's a nice black. I like it. I like the mixing it up with the different colors because then you get some different shininess to it. Again, I'm leaving little lights on those wing feathers. Yeah, another way you can do that is you can get it nice and dark. Oops, I just looked away and I touched my shoulder pad there. Maybe I can lift that out.
You're less than a minute.
Less than what?
1 minute.
I can also scrape with a beveled edge and get the wing colors. And then I want to just color in my head. And it's a little circle around the eye. That's this gray color, which I already put in, and a little highlight. And then the mouth. There. I can go darker, get some more darks in there with that. I'm going to lose you in just a minute, but I'm going to keep painting till the screen goes dead. And get a nice dark bird in there. And maybe some lines across his feet. Some talons. A nose hole. Maybe the little. And there's my bird. We did it. So I know my time's going to run out very quickly, but I hope you'll